After the passing of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, President Trump was quick to nominate Judge Amy Coney Barrett as a potential replacement. As her confirmation hearings proceed this week, here are 5 things you should probably know about her. Amy Coney Barrett was born in 1972 and hails from Old Metairie, a majority-white, Republican-leaning suburb in New Orleans. Her father, Michael Coney, was a lawyer for Shell Oil and was ordained as a deacon in the Catholic Church. Their family was initiated into the People of Praise, a charismatic Catholic movement based in New Orleans that saw Amy's father elected on its National Board of Governors for 2 6-year terms. The movement diverges from mainstream Catholicism, and members are entered into lifelong contracts, or covenants, and are expected to donate some of their salary to the group. It holds fast to the tenet that husbands are divinely ordained to be the heads of their wives and families, and emphasizes a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, which can include baptism in the Holy Spirit and speaking in tongues. Members are mentored by same-sex advisors that are referred to as heads for men and leaders for women. But for decades, female leaders were known as handmaids, which led many to falsely claim that the People of Praise served as inspiration for Margaret Atwood's famous dystopian novel and subsequent TV series, The Handmaid's Tale. In a 2006 issue of the movement's publication, Vine & Branches, Barrett was seen in attendance at a conference for female leaders, with confirmed reports that she once served as a handmaid. All editions of this publication have now been deleted from the People of Praise website, along with any material that links the group to the Barrett family. When Barrett was applying to law schools, she went against the advice of her professors who urged her to consider Harvard, and instead chose the Catholic private University of Notre Dame, which didn't rank among the country's top law schools at the time. And even though she was offered a position at the University of Chicago, it was a scholarship from Notre Dame that sealed her decision.
I'm a Catholic, and I always grew up loving Notre Dame, what Catholic doesn't. And when I decided to go to law school, I really wanted to choose a place where I felt like I was not going to be just educated as a lawyer, but I wanted to be in a place where I felt like I would be developed and inspired as a whole person.
After completing law school, Barrett served as a judicial law clerk for the renowned late Justice Antonin Scalia between 1998 and 99. Like Scalia, Barrett is a self-described originalist and textualist, meaning that she interprets the US Constitution on its plain text in an attempt to understand the original intentions and perspectives of the Founding Fathers who initially drafted the document, the same Founding Fathers who owned slaves and excluded women and people of color in their definitions of equal rights. She is also of the belief that judges should overturn precedents if they are in conflict with their own interpretation of the Constitution, a precedent being the process where judges refer to rulings in previous cases when applying the law to a current one. Judge Amy Barrett has a fairly conservative track record. In 2019, Barrett advocated for an expansion of existing gun laws that would allow previously convicted felons to possess firearms. Earlier in her career, Barrett had co-authored a law publication in 1998 in which she stated that the Catholic Church's opposition to the death penalty could place Catholic judges in a moral bind, which was reason enough for them to be recused from such cases. However, in July of this year, on the 7th Circuit of the US Court of Appeals, Barrett voted in favor of carrying out an execution in a murder case that had gone through multiple appeals, going against Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's moves to reconsider the constitutionality of the death penalty. Barrett has also expressed misgivings about abortion laws in the US and has signed her name onto right-to-life advertisement campaigns in the past. In a 2013 lecture series at the University of Notre Dame, Barrett went on the record to say that life begins at conception. As an appellate court judge on the 7th Circuit of the US Court of Appeals, Barrett sided with the Trump administration in its efforts to impose a wealth test on the millions of immigrants who arrive in the US every year. In a court ruling on the matter, decided upon in June this year, in a 40-page dissent, Barrett outlined why she believed the US had the right to deny residency to immigrants that the Department of Homeland Security may consider likely to rely too heavily on government assistance, on the grounds that they were likely to become a public charge. She has also repeatedly denied reviewing cases where immigrants had claimed to be wrongfully denied humanitarian protections and benefits. Barrett's confirmation as the next Supreme Court justice and successor to Ruth Bader Ginsburg is almost certain, as Republicans hold a 53 to 47 majority in the Senate. The Democrats are insisting on delaying the decision and to wait for the result of the general elections before deciding on a nominee. But with the Senate majority, the Republican Party has succeeded in expediting the process, as no Supreme Court nominee has ever been confirmed so close to a presidential election in U.S. history. Barrett's mixed record and lack of experience, with only 3 years of serving on a federal bench, means it is difficult to predict how she may rule on pertinent issues in the U.S., such as immigration, abortion, and gun laws.